guys, Bob Carroll here again. I want to talk about the double stroke roll. I know a lot of you have questions about the double stroke roll and, probably aren't that good at it. Well, it's one of the most useful things in drumming, and it's really important to have a nice, even sounding double stroke roll that takes minimal effort to do. If you're struggling to play double stroke roll, chances are you're not playing it the right way or you need to practice more. So, a double stroke roll is technically a rudiment. Now, they make a lot of different rudiments, different lengths. They have the 5-stroke roll, the 9-stroke roll, 6-stroke roll, 13-stroke roll, blah, blah, blah. All you need to know is how to do it. And the way I'm going to show you, all you have to do is look at the music and you'll know how long to do it for. So, all you do in a double stroke roll is instead of hitting one note for every stroke, you're hitting 2 strokes. Double stroke. Self-explanatory. So instead of doing this, you're doing this. 2 notes for every stroke. Half the energy. Good. So, you want to have a nice even sound. Control over all of the notes. A lot of you start off by squeezing these 2 fingers. The thumb and the forefinger, that's called the fulcrum. And that's all well and good for beginning. And you need to get a feel for that. There is a learning curve with doing that, but you still need to move it back into the fingers more. The fingers hold the power, and I'm convinced of that. You hit it down with your fingers, and it bounces back. Okay, that's how a normal stroke should work. But now, you're getting like a double in there. Before it comes all the way back, you're hitting it again. You need to make sure to have a nice even sound though. So, how do you play it better? Well, like I said, you have to try and move it back to the fingers. But some ways to practice are, if you're doing a double stroke roll or a double stroke roll exercise, there are double exercises that go, and things like that. Why don't you try to put an accent on the second note of the double? So it's or it's hard, but that'll start, the second accent will start coming down as you go faster, and you'll start to even everything out. Another way to do it is you're watching TV, you have your practice pad, commercials. What do you do during commercials? You don't do anything. So now you're just going to roll at any speed. This is my medium speed roll, so I'm just going to do it like this. And you roll, and you roll, and you roll, and you roll. And pretty soon, especially if you aren't experienced, you're going to start feeling a burning sensation in here. That's your muscles working. That's your muscles saying, hey, I haven't done this in a while. Maybe you should keep doing this so you build me up and you can play for longer and you play better. Another exercise that I really like, and there are 2 variations. One helps your single stroke roll, one helps your double stroke roll, is this. So basically, I'm going to play it and I'm going to explain what it is. So basically, you have 4/16 notes, followed by 4/16 notes that are doubled, so they're 30-second notes. You repeat that again, 4/16 notes, 4 30-second notes, and then you have 8/16 notes and 8 30-second notes, and you keep repeating that. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to think of rolls. I said before that my way of thinking about it means you don't have to think about 5-stroke, 9-stroke, 6-stroke, all that stuff. think about rolls as doubled 16th notes. And a lot of you probably already do that, whatever. But for those of you that don't, pay attention. And it goes along with this exercise. You're playing 16th notes. 1E and a, 2E and a. What's the difference between 16th notes and 32nd notes? They're twice as fast. So if you double every 16th note, they're going to be 32nd notes, which is roll lingo. So, make sure your hands are in the same motion, but you're just doubling every note. And then just count 16th notes. So if you have a roll that lasts a measure, 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a, that's not how you count it. Because we're counting 32nd notes, but you can't count 32nd notes. So I messed up. So you want to do it like this. You're counting 1E and a, 2E and a, 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a, 1. So when you get up to faster speeds, obviously you're not really going to count too much, but you're going to feel it more. So feel it like you're playing 16th notes, just doubled up. So how do you incorporate this onto the drum set? Which is, in my opinion, the most important thing you should consider when playing anything, is how does this transfer to my instrument? This isn't your instrument. This is your practice pad. This is how you practice, but it's not what you play on. If you're going to play a concert, you're not going to go, I'm playing on a practice pad, yeah. You're not going to do that. So, you're going to play on a drum set. So, a couple ways to incorporate on the drum set is this. Instead of playing a single stroke roll, all singles, play doubles. Because a single stroke roll is 32nd notes, it's just they're all singles. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. A double stroke roll takes a lot less energy, and you can actually make it sound better at faster tempos. So, instead of doing a single stroke roll around the drum set or whatever, play a double stroke roll. And that'll save you energy, and people will actually be more impressed with certain things you do because it'll sound better. Some people are purists, and they say that the only way to roll around the drum set is a single stroke roll. Well, they're full of crap, because I roll all the time using both, and no one knows, and it sounds fine. There's no reason not to put a double stroke roll in where you could put a single stroke roll. So, they're full of crap, don't listen to them. Another way to do it on the drum set is, because we're thinking about 16th notes, don't double all of them. So all of a sudden, you create certain gaps that are accented. And you can use different patterns. You can use the first note of every 16th note, every other note, the first and last note of the 16th note, which sounds pretty cool, and I'll play it right now. First and last note of every 4 groups of 16th notes, 1E and a, so the 1 and a, don't roll. And give a slight accent too. This is how it sounds. That's actually a 6-stroke roll. And if you're curious about all those different types of rolls, go check them out. I advise you go to the Vic Firth website, check out all those rudiments. There are recordings at different speeds, and it's a great resource. I'll post the link. But another way to incorporate on the drum set is you're playing a drum solo. You're grooving, and all of a sudden, no ideas left in your head. Well, a roll will buy you time. Just go on the drum set and go, I wonder what I should play now. And the audience is like, whoa, he's going pretty fast. I wonder what he's going to do next. And you're like, oh, well, I'm going to do this. And then you go on to do it. And then no one knows that you had a brain fart. So those are a few types of ways to incorporate the roll on the drum set. How to play better rolls. And obviously what rolls are, for those of you that don't know. And if you want to learn more, go to my Ashbury Music Hall webpage, where I offer online drum lessons, and check it out. It's a great resource, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So I'll see you there.